Hey guys, so let's get started on this lake cup. So I'm starting with a stemless wine glass that I got from Home Goods. This one was $9.99. Doesn't matter, you can get these just plain stainless if you want. So just removing the lid and the packaging. And something to note about if you're doing cups like this, if you're repurposing cups, anything that has a design, I'm also prepping with Mattify and painting with the white Color Fix paint. Just thought I'd tell you that while I'm talking about the painting. If you have anything, any kind of design where, especially when there's lighter and darker colors, like these little watermelon seeds are dark, you're gonna wanna go in and just prime your cup like a whole dark color underneath, just so you have one full layer of a dark color and there's no way for those darker colors to peek through. Because basically I did 2 layers of Color Fix paint and glitter, and then once I sealed it, I was able to see the little seeds popping through and it drove me nuts. So I ended up spray painting it over the glitter. I spray painted white, like 2 different coats, looked fine, and then I could still see the seeds. So just keep that in mind when if you're ever repurposing a cup. So here's my second layer of Color Fix paint. So then while it's still wet, I'm going in with Snowy in Small. This is just a pure white glitter with a little bit of sparkle to it, and just doing a full coverage on the whole cup. And that's the amazing thing about Color Fix paint, is that you just, while it's wet, you go ahead and glitter. So it's 2 steps in one, and it saves so much time. And look at that coverage. So then going in with my Rustoleum clear matte spray paint to seal it. Then my first layer of epoxy. This is our Artistry Fast Set. And I am using a lot thicker of a coat just because we're going over glitter and it's getting in all the nooks and crannies, so it's going to take more epoxy. So once that was cured, I am going in with another layer. We want this to be nice and smooth to move on to our next step. So for the next step, we're gonna do the power wash method. I'm using Rustoleum Seaside and metallic silver, so you can see my little watermelon seeds. So I'm doing more coverage in the middle of the cup than the top and bottom, because I really wanted to make sure we covered those watermelon seeds. So I basically start with the silver. I'm spraying the whole cup with silver, and then we're gonna go on just the bottom with the blue and kind of do our ombre effect. But I thought it would look cool to have the silver just underneath the blue in case you could see some of it. So then going in with the blue on the bottom. Then I went back in with silver just to make sure I had a full coverage, and I went back in with the blue again as well. Kind of the same thing you do with glitter, ombres. I just kind of was going back and forth. Then just rinse that off with cold water. And you can see it's kind of got that ombre effect in the power wash. So I let that dry, and then I'm doing another layer of the Fast Set. So then going in, I cut this little SVG out from Etsy. I will link it down below. It says Life is Better at the Lake. And I used this kind of sparkly, glittery vinyl. It's so pretty. I am really missing the lake right now. We had a lot of lakes where we were up in Idaho, and now in Texas, it is so hot and there's no lakes that you can go swimming in, and just pools are just kind of warm. So yeah, I really miss the lake. Yeah, if you have a lake near you, you should feel lucky because it's hot out. It is hot out. So I just wanted to make a little lake cup. I thought it was just so fun for summer, and yeah, it just reminds me of the nice, cool lake. But look at that sparkle. I love this vinyl. I just got it at Michael's, I believe. So then I wanted to do an offset in this more like gray toned blue. I don't even know what you call that color. So then just taking my packing tape, because that's what I use to transfer vinyl, since I can't find transfer tape that I like. Then I'm just layering those two pieces together. Then I'm placing it on the cup just exactly where I want it, just being very careful to make sure it's straight. And another thing I like to do, I like to set the cup up and make sure that it's straight. It's a lot easier to see if it's straight up and down when it's standing as opposed to laying down on the counter. So then another layer of the fast set epoxy. And while that was wet, I wanted to add a little bit of a sparkle. So I'm taking these 3 chunky glitters. These are not ones I have on the site to sell, but they're just ones I have in my room for me to play with. Any kind of iridescent chunky mix would be fine. So I just kind of mixed those 3 together. I just wanted to add a little bit more sparkle, kind of like when the sun is bouncing off the top of the water. I just thought it'd be a nice little extra touch. So I just mix those up, and then I kind of sprinkle around the cup just randomly, just a little bit here and there. We don't want to go overboard with this, just a little sparkle here and there. So then I did one final layer to cover that glitter to finish off this cup. So then it was done, taking it off the turner. I don't know why I didn't use a tripod. My hand's all over the place, sorry. So putting the lid and straw back on. And I went outside to this little wooden pallet that kind of looked like a deck to give me those lake vibes that I'm missing. But how cute is this? I really, really wish I could go jump in the lake right now. So if you can, jump in the lake for me. And yeah, I love how this turned out. So see you guys in the next one. Bye.